All right, video number 2 on the Gen 3 gun, how to take it apart. And right now we are down to the piston housing. Well, first thing, we got these two bolts here. They give you an Allen wrench to take these 2 bolts out. So let's go ahead and get that done. Oh wait, I forgot something. Before I take that off, I want you to notice there is an O-ring right here, and it likes to come off and get lost. So make sure you take this off and set it off to the side before you remove this, because it can fall out pretty easily. Take these 2 bolts out. And you can separate the piston housing from the handle, air handle. And when you pull that off, there are 3 O-rings right here that are just loosely sitting on top. I like to remove those, set them off to the side so I don't lose them. This will be the last thing we work on. So once you got this off, then to get it apart, you got to take your safety knob off first. So we're going to loosen this little screw on the end. Just unscrew it. Pull the safety knob off and the spring, safety spring. At this point, we have to unthread. On the Gen 2, there was a big snap ring right here, but this one they designed where it's just threaded in, so it makes it a lot easier to get off. So what I normally do is I hold it with a big wrench on the body of the piston housing. They give you a flat spot there. Then you can take another wrench and just grab the end cap. Try not to scratch this brand new gun. But here we go. We unthread the end cap. Here's your safety pin. Slides right out. There's an O-ring for it, safety pin. This is your end cap, and there is an O-ring here, which is showed one of these big O-rings is that O-ring right there. That's how that comes apart. Now, to get your piston out, simply just push it through. I usually take this T-handle and I push it through like that. Now, it may not come that easy if you got a bunch of foam back in this part of the gun, but anyways, it pushes out. It's all one piece now. The Gen 2 was 2 separate pieces. They made this a lot beefier, where it can't bend and stuff as easy as the Gen 2 did. But here's your piston O-ring and your piston shaft O-ring right there, that smaller one. That's how you get your piston out. Now that you have everything out of here, then you're able to clean the different holes. There are 3 holes on this thing. This one right here has a little check ball in it. That is the hole that sends air constantly out of the front of the gun when you're not spraying. So if you get foam in that, you'll have to pull this little check valve ball out. I just pulled it out right there with the screwdriver. It's a little plastic piece with the check ball. Not much to it. You have to clean that up if there's foam in there. But you notice that hole just drops straight down, and it allows air to come out of the front of the gun. It's just a simple straight down hole. They used to have that set screw on the side, and you had to do a set screw down in here on the Gen 2, but they made this a lot easier, just that one hole. The second hole back right here is the one that when you squeeze the trigger, it puts air in front of this piston. So just imagine this in there, and air goes in front of that piston, it pulls it back, aligning the mixing chamber. And then when you release the trigger, air goes in this back hole to push this forward, disengaging the mixing chamber. But again, on this one, it's just a straight drop down, and you see that little hole? It's wide open, there's no set screw. It just puts air directly in front of the piston. And of course, this hole right here in the back just drops straight down behind the piston, pushing it forward. Pretty simple concept once you see how it works. So that's all that's going on in there. This is going back and forth because air is going in that hole or that hole. So if there's stuff in it, you got to clean it out. Make sure the inside of this is all clean. Check your O-rings and everything and grease it, of course, before you put it back together. That is as simple as I can explain the piston housing of this gun. Next, we'll do the air handle.